And welcome everyone to another edition of Magic Pod Squad. Dante Marcatelli, George Galante, and our good friend Hedo Turkoglu, kind enough to join us. This is our first international podcast. And how about this, Turk? This podcast is presented to you by the all-new Seltos SUV from Kia, official vehicle of the Orlando Magic. Give it everything. For the first time in 20 years, Turk, we have a sponsor, me and George. This is exciting.
Hey, you guys work hard for this, and I'm sure you guys will deserve it, man. Enjoy it. Do you guys get any car? You guys get any car?
Not yet. Not yet. I would think I would have a Seltos SUV in my driveway pretty soon. I think at this point, right?
When I come back, we are pushing for it.
Okay.
We all need SUV.
Excellent.
I need SUV too.
Excellent. Excellent.
Sponsor, do you have to pay for anything in Turkey? Does everybody buy you meals and cars and whatever you want when you're home?
No. Not everybody. You know, my wife does. My wife buys. She buys everything for me, so I'm pretty good and I'm in good hands right now. So she takes care of everything. You know, thanks to her.
That's great.
But it's fun out here, man. You know, sometimes I talk to myself like how I get into this myself, but if I look at it in a good run, I always think it's a good coach, you know, for the basketball, you know, what I learn, what I earn for my life, you know, like, so I try to give back here in Turkish basketball community. So far it's been fun.
So tell everybody what's going on over there, Turk. We're experiencing things here in Orlando and in the United States. What's it like over there in Turkey right now?
Well, it's not bad as in New York or in like other countries like Italy, Spain, or France, or UK. But we had so many people, you know, who were living out of country. So they were trying to bring those people back, and some of whom had those, you know, COVID-19 virus. They bring back to our country. So they pretty much infected some other peoples, and it's been going roughly lately. You know, it's not as bad as I said, thank to God, but hopefully they can find a solution, you know, to not grow as much as and affect other people as much as they did in other countries, you know, like, so that's why we all at home right now trying to, you know, making social distances, even though, you know, I'm having difficulties, you know, I'm a fun guy, I like to enjoy, but in this time there's more priorities, you know, families, friends, kids, you know, like, so our older families and friends, so we're trying to keep our distance away from them. Hopefully we all can get out of this mess soon.
Yeah, you're right. We're hoping and we're praying for everyone over there as well as worldwide and in this country. Got to find a way to beat this thing, and we're doing the right thing, social distancing. So we get to catch up with you on Zoom, which is fun for us. And what do you do to pass the time, Turk? Are you watching movies or shows or old highlights of Hedo Turkoglu? What are you doing to pass the time?
You know, like, you guys have kids too. I have two girls, you know, especially my older one, Ella. You know, I think she started to hate me more and more, you know, because you know, whenever I get a time, I try to show my videos from the past, and she was like, "Dad, I had enough. I saw it. You know, like, I don't want to see it anymore." So. But you know, it's fun for us because, you know, sometimes we have to realize more and more about what's really important for our life and what's our priorities. You know, like, so in this time, it's really good to see, because as you know, when we were playing, you know, we weren't really spending much time with our families, with kids, and our family members. So right now, I hope it wasn't because of this purpose, you know, because of this, you know, COVID-19 situation, but still it's a good thing that we realize that what's really most important, what's priorities. And right now I'm just having a rather good time with my kids, two girls, and with the wife, and just, you know, keeping ourselves motivated. I'm not trying to catch up too much on the social media. As you guys know, it's really scary what people write, what people put on social media. So that's why I'm trying to watch some film, read something, and pretty much just trying to keep myself busy.
Is there something that is there a favorite? Is there a go-to that you've been doing over this time, Turk? Is there like have you Netflix or something like that over there that you're doing?
I mean, we are pretty much doing whatever, like right now when you are in the house, like either your wife controls the remote control or your girls, like, so whatever they left something, I try to get in and watch something I want to watch. So, but it's been fun. We gathering together and we're watching some movies together. And my side, guys. I'm a hardworking guy. I work out every day.
When did that start?
When I was playing, I was working out every day.
Really?
Not really. I'm just fighting the, empty his couch and trying to jump over there and just lay there and just catch a movie or watch something, but I'm trying to keep myself kind of busy, do some like a stretching or some kind of exercise that, get some blood flow and not to be too lazy. So
my daughters are
it's
Mr.
pretty-
I don't know how, I imagine your school setup is similar, and you have to do school maybe from home now, or my daughters
Yeah.
are really missing their classmates, and it's tough being a teacher. I have a lot of respect for teachers who are able to keep their attention now, Turk.
Trust me, man. Like after this mess goes around, I'm really gonna go hug and thank them so much.
Yes.
How they put up with them like 7-8 hours a day. Like it's amazing, man. They get a lot of respect from me, maybe more and more. Like so. I have to really salute them. We also salute our doctor, nurses, all the medical staff that really works throughout the world. Like we have to really, like I said, we have to really realize what's really important, and we have to realize what's really to be more appreciated. And those people really giving lives, to protect us. And I really have to salute them and can't thank enough, man. It's really special for me.
You're right. Can you believe, Turk, it's been 10 years since the run to the 2010 finals? Can you believe that? This is the 10-year anniversary since you guys captivated this entire city and took the Magic to the NBA finals. What goes through your mind when you think about 10 years ago, you guys were playing the Lakers in the finals?
Hey, man.
11, but it's okay.
11.
Huh?
11
It's
years.
10, man.
It's all screwy.
9. That's right. 11 years. It's the 11-year anniversary since you got to the finals.
We are coming 1 year behind, man, but that's fine. It's been, I always say, like, I'll have to also I have to give some shout out to the Orlando Magic social media, man. Instagram and Twitter. Sometimes they post my ex videos, our times in Orlando, and it's really special, man. It brings back the memories, so it feels special, man. I always tell to my people over here, all my friends, what I did over there, and it was really lifetime memory for me. As an athlete, as a basketball player, to able to accomplish certain thing in one franchise, in the greatest organization in the world, it's really special, So I won't take any granted of that, and it will always be special for me. So it's been special to be able to keep up, friendship with you guys and other people as well too. So it's always blessing for me, man. I cannot thank enough, how you guys still be able to embrace me or see as a friend and feel like one of you guys. So it's always special for me.
Dante, what I miss the most about Turk is that, a lot of times where I sat, during the games, we would fist bump the guys as they were getting ready to go on the court. And Turk would always tell me, and I would always tell him that he was number one. And we would always tell each other we were number one in a certain way. that, you know, you probably can't replicate right now on this podcast because I miss that the most, Turk.
Hey man, I miss everything. Trust me. You know, we had moments with you. We had some other different people. So it's always special, man. Like these are the fun parts of this journey we had throughout our lives. You know, like so. And I'm lucky that I was able to, you know, meet and collect so many friends. You know, like sports for me is always comes and goes, whatever you do. But like friendships are always forever. And I feel like I had really good friends out there.
Turk, I don't know if you have seen this, but lately Carmelo Anthony and Dwayne Wade had a conversation on social media, and he brought up in 2009 that if the Nuggets could have gotten past the Lakers, that they would have swept the Magic, that the Magic were just okay, and the Nuggets would have just blasted right past the Magic and won the championship. Now, I have a different opinion of that. I want to see if maybe you've seen that, or if you have your opinion of that, if it matches mine, which I think it might.
I mean, I would love to say, you know what I mean? I would like to say, but I don't want to do more. Listen, man, first you have to be there to be able to say certain things. You know, we don't live with the ifs, you know, like.
Right.
And I could say, oh, if Courtney made the layup, we could have won the championship. You know what I'm saying? Like, so first you have to be able to make the NBA finals, you know, like then I can say, okay, well, you were there, you've been there, you know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't pay attention with the ifs and no's, and you know what I'm saying? Like, so I hope if the NBA comes back, I hope one day he will play in the NBA final and have that experience. You know, I had that experience and it was special. But for ourselves, we were like really young team and we did a lot of young guys. But the way, if you look at it, George, like the NBA right now, it's the same we were playing in 2008, 2009 with the Stan Van Gundy.
Yeah.
Right? That's why it makes it more special those days when you see it this way. Everybody playing small ball, everybody playing pick and roll, and you know what I'm saying? Like, so the way we played in those years, you know, like that's why we were able to make to the NBA finals. You know what I'm saying? Like, but after that, you know, like certain things changed because of some business matters. You know, we couldn't kept ourselves together for a long time. But if we could have, you know, then it would be much different for not just for us, for the Orlando Magic as a franchise as well too. But these are all in the past, man. There's memories, what we did as a team, how fun it was just to play together, and how dominant and how effective we were those years. You know, playing with those ball game with the Stan Van Gundy system. You know, it was special. You know, right now, Steve trying to do those kind of system, you know, like because he learned a lot from Stan and with other coaches. So hopefully, it will take some time, you know, because of the business situation. The market is high. Everybody getting paid a lot more than in the past. So players now making decisions. Some of them makes good decisions. Some of them makes bad decisions, and those decisions sometimes affect franchises as well too for the future. So, like I said, I mean, don't get me wrong, Carmelo is a future Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he did a lot of good things for the game of basketball. But if you look at it, he didn't do anything.
That's right.
That's what I was waiting for. That was a long.
You know, Turk, you mentioned Courtney Lee. You tell a great story about that play, about Stan coming to you and kind of how he drew that play up. Just kind of take us through what Stan told you guys and what Courtney said and how you guys tried to execute what would have been an incredible play.
It's been amazing. I had a lot of memories with Stan. What he was telling me in the huddle in timeouts. You know, like even in the practices, man, he was just, you know, screaming my name. I'm sure, you know, he was having nightmares about me. Turk, let's go, let's go, let's go. So I'm sure he will miss me as much as I'm missing him too. You know, like. But in that huddle, he drove up really unbelievable play. You know, so and I was telling him, man, just relax. I got this. Don't worry about it. You know, I've been here before. I throw a lot of good passes. You know, throughout the year, and then we had a conversation with Courtney in that situation, and he said like he was keep telling me, like, bro, like throw it close to the basket. I said, listen, man, don't worry about it. Just catch it. Make sure you catch it. I'm gonna throw it to you where you want it. You know what I'm saying? And I was able to throw it, and he missed the shot, man. I'm sorry for the misconversation. I was saying to somebody else, sorry, but he ruined my NBA championship, man. I will never forget him, man. I hate that guy, man. I hate him, man. Is he still in the league?
That's awesome.
No, man.
That's a different version.
No. Huh?
That's a different version than I remember. That's a great one. That's a great one.
I was keeping it 10 years inside of me. I need to get out of here.
Oh,
Hey, man, every moment was special, man. You know, his was, I think, he just got in the league. You know, he was competing a lot, and he gave a lot of good support to the team, man. I give shout out to Courtney Lee as well too. You know, he was hurt in that time too. He was wearing a mask. You know,
yeah.
All joke aside, you know, he was trying to give his best. You know, like so. But like I said, it just sometimes it doesn't happen. You know, so if you look at it, sometimes you really all you have to do is just say, you know, thank God for every second of it.
Turk, are you still keeping in touch with a lot of the guys? Is there anybody you've really been chatting with from that team, or is it just a collective group that's?
I've been sometimes with Rashard and Jameer. You know, I have been like texting. I haven't really texted with Dwight, you know, but mostly I had a time with JJ in Los Angeles, you know, like so. You know, he hasn't changed a bit. He's still weirdo, you know. No, but for me, I have to give a lot of credits for that guy, man. You know, the way when he came to the league and how he improved himself as a true professional is something kids have to really idolize him, you know, as a true professional, man. You know, the way he put work to himself, to his body, and his work ethic, it's unreal, man. It's really special, and I was really happy for him. The way when he came from the rookie, I mean, as you guys know, you know, when he came to the league, he wasn't really able to get a lot of time, and people always criticized him with his defense and all that. But the way he put some work on himself as a basketball eyes, and his body, he gets stronger, and it was special. That's why he's been in the league so many years, and he's doing a great job.
You know, Turk, you mentioned that Stan Van Gundy system, and you guys were pioneers, really. You guys were the first team really to kind of do that small ball and play that way. But a lot of that was possible because they had a guy 6'10" that could handle the basketball, that could pass the basketball.
Say my name. Say my name.
Hedo Turkoglu. But you were
Rashard Lewis?
Oh hell no! I'm cutting off.
It was because of really Gortat was the one that made that all possible. And, no, but because you were able to handle the basketball, shoot it, because of your skill set.
Listen, you forgot one name. I think he was the most effective guy in that team.
Who's that?
Adonal Foyle.
That's a great point.
That's true.
We don't get to the finals without O'Donnell.
Hey, He was a special guy, man. He was a special guy.
He still is.
But everybody was special in that team, man. I mean, big shout out to Marcin Gortat as well, too, man. You know, he just finally announced his retirement. I don't know what he was waiting another year to announce his retirement. Nobody was gonna sign him. He waited for 1 year to get him. I'm sure is he around in Orlando or somewhere?
He is. He's there all the time.
He's in Orlando, right?
Yep.
I'll probably catch up with him too when I get back over there. So no, but all those like Tony Batty was special. Even like for short period of time, Raper was a really good fit. You know, like his personality was really nice. No Neck Johnson, Anthony Johnson was special too.
I mean, everybody
MP was classic.
Yeah.
Futurist was classic. You know, like so. We are really, you know, like different special people over there, man. It was really fun. When I look at the roster, oh my God.
But everybody played their role though, right, Turk? I mean, that's 3/4 of the battle is everybody playing their role to even, you know, from all the way from Dwight all the way down to, you know, say the 15th guy, everybody knew their role.
Absolutely. I mean, everybody, especially in playoffs, if you remember, like Marcin had a huge game when Dwight was suspended, and he had a huge raid in Philadelphia. Rashard saved my ass on those games. Remember, I fouled somebody, and he has to bail me out. You know? So it was one of them. But as you said, like everybody in those times, because George, it started for me. I think I always believe that it started with Stan. You know, like when we started training camp, he was really demonstrating certain thing about our team roster, and I think everybody really bought in. I always say this, and everybody, whatever role they got, I think they did a really phenomenal job on that. That's really how you become a great team. That's how you really become a successful. You know, maybe I was, you know, playing a lot with the ball and making a lot of plays, but like, you know, Rashad was stepping up huge. Dwight was huge in our time over there, and Jameer, before he got injured, he was also a good leader as a point guard. And MP, he was great on defense, and he was knocking down those shots. You know, like Courtney, same. So like even Kid Bogans, you know, like even we were telling Kid not to dribble. He was still trying to dribble the ball, and after he was keep losing the balls, but still, you know, it was a good fit. You know, it was.
It all worked.
It all worked out, man. Then everybody just, I think, then everybody start to get to know each other and start to enjoy, you know, being around each other, and they all affected on the court as well too.
You know, Turk, I think about what comes to mind. I think about you had so many game winners and big shots. You seem to like that moment, but you had that game winner against Boston. You had the game winner in Philadelphia, right, in the playoffs, which was enormous. You had one in Portland where I think you banked it in from 70 feet. But were those at the end were those the plays, or did you just get the ball and see something and know you were going to take the last shot? Did you just want that last shot in those instances?
I mean, I always, being honest, I always wanted to be in that situation. I always wanted to, maybe not to, you know, taking the shots, but I always wanted to be in that role and making the right play. You know, sometimes I was making the shots, sometimes I was making the, you know, great pass, and then they were making it. So I was always wanting to be in that situation. You know, I remember one game, it was in Chicago, I think in New Year's. Remember that, George?
Yeah, on the baseline.
On the baseline.
But you were really bad for about 47 minutes. Yeah.
I was terrible. I was like 1-4 or like 1-for-13 till that time, and I was like, Stan keep telling me, even before that, I missed his shot, and I was like, Stan, man, I'm not feeling it today. No, man, I want you to. I was like, oh my God. But thank God I was able to again drive left, fade away, and make it. You know, like, but like I said, it's always having those people believe in you and still believing that I will make the right decision about, for the game. Sometimes maybe I made a lot of good shots to win the game, but I also missed a lot of shots to lose the game too. That was the worst part, to be hearing from the bench to the locker room, Stan Van Gundy's voice all the way here. Why didn't you drive? Why didn't you do this? I was like, Stan, I was that time I was feeling it, like so. But it was the next day. Stan will still the next game is still, will run certain things throughout me and Rashard and Dwight, and the system kind of was built around that. So I'm sure everybody was, having a great time over there. And those guys, made All-Star, Dwight, Rashard, and Jameer, because we were really playing great, and they were really huge part of our success in that time, and they well deserved to be All-Star.
Yeah, but you deserve to be an All-Star too that year, and I think everybody on the roster knew it. I know Dwight and Jameer and Rashard felt like they should have had a fourth teammate there during that weekend, and we all thought the same thing too. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that would be a huge honor for my career, but sometimes, like I said, it comes back to, again, if this, if that, what I'm saying? Like, so, if you look at it by numbers, I was definitely should have been there, what I'm saying? Like, but sometimes I guess it's not happening. That's why I'm the oldest MIP player in NBA history.
That's right.
I get it. Most improved player at the age of 29 or 30. Like, so that's kind of, you become a history as well too.
There's nothing wrong with that.
What would you tell Magic fans? What would you tell? That's great. That's a great honor. What would you tell Magic fans about Steve Clifford? I know you think highly of Cliff, and he played a big role in that 5 years you were here in Orlando too. But like Stan, those are two guys. Nobody works harder than those two guys, do they?
No, they don't. I still keep in touch with Steve. I still, text him, and I just text him before, he got dehydrated, like, and I made a joke, but I don't want to say the joke right now over here. But especially Cliff, we were really spending more time with me and Rashad. We had so many drills together, and me and Rashad won a lot of drills, but he still hasn't paid, his money. I'm sure when I come back, he will, he's a head coach now. He's making a lot of more money than he used to as a assistant coach. So he should be paying me when I get back. Can you send this message to him? Pay me, Cliff.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll make.
Are you telling us you're coming back then? Can you let everybody know? Or is the plan for you to come back to Central Florida?
I will. We had a conversation with George, when I was there. Hopefully, George will be pushing me for this upcoming season for the Hall of Fame of Orlando. I'm saying.
It's, you know what, Dante, I get an email maybe 2 or 3 times a year. Yep. Hey, Magic Hall of Fame is probably coming up. So, right? Hey, Magic Hall of Fame. And I tell them that I might know somebody on the committee,
right,
that's on this podcast. So he should probably be nice to that person all the time.
He is nice. He is nice to you.
I know. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Well, that day's coming. There is no doubt about that, Turk. That day will come.
Yes.
No, I was like always, George, I was giving you a hard time about this, I mean, those stuff will be honor, trust me, as a foreign guy coming to the United States and accomplishing certain things and making those kind of impact for the franchise. It will be a huge honor for me and for my family. But so far what I did, I think it's also special for me and for my family too. As I said, we made so many good friends over there. We had so many good relations with a lot of people. And even when I come to the games, you know, like when people sees me, the way they cheered and they give me warm welcome, it's always special for me too. So, but you know, that would be great. Be in the park.
Well, listen, you should know that I can promise you that day's coming. Now, I can't promise you that it's going to be next year because there are certain things out of my control, but I can promise you that at some point you'll get a phone call, and it probably won't be from me because it needs to be from somebody much more important than me. I'll follow up the phone call and then I'll say, Turk, it'll be this guy over here. But you know, there's not many players.
Sure,
go ahead,
George. I'm sure the way we're talking, I'm sure the message is sent to the certain people.
That's right. Message
received, right? Did you get it?
Oh, it was you. I'm sorry. I don't think you.
You got it. We're gonna make it happen.
Oh man.
Well, thanks so much for the time, George. We know he's the best. He's
the best. The best.
No, man, you guys are the best. You guys are the best.
Thank you very much, man. Be safe, and we'll see you soon. Okay, Hedo Turkoglu.
You too, guys. Thank you.
Presented by Kia, and we'll all get Kias when you come back. Look forward to it.
Perfect.